just in case you weren't aware. Okay, ready?
Yep.
You sure?
I guess.
I need to move the microphone, but yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
I forgot my line.
It's okay. I was sitting here going, wait, when's my line? What's my line?
I'm going to take a swig of some water. Wait, this one's open. Hey, look, I've got all this water. It's our Monday, yes. Good morning and welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow. We're going to say it again, sorry.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
And I have no idea what putting my hand on the microphone just did to the sound quality, but we're repeating ourselves, so it's okay. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm about to try to hydrate. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in really actually very nice fall weather downtown Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there. we have
saying I'm gonna take a swig and I'm like,
we have this weekend, it's going to be in the upper 70s. And then Sunday, a cold front comes through and it's going to be in the 40s when we get up and in the 60s during the day.
And my heat pump hasn't come in yet for my downstairs. I'm gonna close up my windows for next week and turn on my little space heater. Woo! All right, let me get this thing off. You'd think it wouldn't get stuck on a little bun back there, but you'd be wrong. I'd be wrong. So hi, how is everybody doing on this fine Monday, but really Tuesday morning? So how was your weekend?
It was okay.
I was like, I don't know how much I have to show for the weekend either. So how was your weekend?
I was very weekend? Lazy. But I've discovered that if you, instead of lazy, you say it was a lot of self-care, everybody's like, yay!
Yeah, you can't start with the lazy thing though.
No, I know.
You have to cut that out of your vocabulary. You have to just say, I was practicing self-care this weekend. End of sentence.
And everybody goes, yay!
Well, because it is. I mean, we run like 90 miles an hour during the week. So it's okay that we have no motivation to do anything on the weekend.
Sunday though, we filmed our
we did, and I'm not going to tell people who didn't watch Sunday's episode about the code till the very end or somewhere in there. So you either have to be scrolling and stuff or watching more of this or go watch Sunday's episode. We filmed a side-by-side show because I'm sorry, I like cut you off. I do that. Why did we film?
Because we were over 600 subscribers.
And you know what the crazy thing is? Like
we
got another couple subscribers. It was like crawling and climbing and we hit 600. Now we're at like 604.
Yeah.
I won't tell you what the tips and tricks channel is at.
I don't want to know.
You really don't want to know. But the tips and my tips and tricks channel is doing quite well. And it's not like it's a bad thing. It's just Liz feels bad sometimes. It's not a competition. It's not like me by myself gets more people. It's that me like explaining stuff gets more people.
People want to know.
I think
how
we're very
to do
entertaining together.
And
yes,
it's a necessity.
Well, and I've talked about it on this show before that one's not going to get like there's magic numbers for YouTube to start like paying us, and just because that one's growing faster subscriber wise doesn't mean I'm going to make any money off of it. And that's not why I do it. I do it so that I started it so that at least people in this community who I could no longer do these classes with had a resource, and also the wider world has a resource. And I know there's a million things out there on YouTube for how to do knit stitches and crochet stitches. So I'm not trying to corner the market, because that's impossible.
I find that it's been very beneficial for, hey, I need to know.
You've learned things from my videos.
I need to know how to do this, and Rebecca is busy, and I need to know.
I made a video
now.
But
so,
Impatient much?
No.
So, no, but it's funny because, no, I forgot why it was funny. But anyway, no. I have fun with the videos. I do have people now who are just like, okay, can you make this really, and I love that they think I can do this. Can you make this really specific video about this really specific problem I'm having? I can't always. And I wish I could. I wish it was magically I push a button and I have a video. But like yesterday's video, it didn't take all day. Writing the newsletter and making a video and editing it and doing everything else I need to, that took all day. But the videos take some time because I also try to edit out all the craziness, the coughing and the snorting and the pauses because I can't remember what to say, and it takes a little while. So it's hard to say which one takes me longer on a Monday, my newsletter or the video. And we have several people who, it's weird, it comes in bits and spurts, and I think it's because the point of sale system syncs with my email system. And so if you've bought from me online, there's a chance that your email has been uploaded into my newsletter system, and you may not have said, I want the emails. So we've had at least a couple people contact me yesterday saying, hey, I'm trying to unsubscribe, or they don't know how to unsubscribe from the emails, or they've tried and it hasn't worked. Please take me off your newsletter list. I respect that. It's okay. I'm sorry that it's hard to discern from buying stuff from me and then parsing that out from who wants the newsletter. So I'll take you off if that's if that is what you are wanting. I put a lot of work into those newsletters, but if it's not what you want to see,
we have quite a few different groups of people. Like some people only watch our shows, and some people only read the newsletter, and some people only look at Facebook, and some people only look at Instagram. So and
some people are local and don't pay attention to any of that, and then walk up and go mess. They walk up and go, oh, I'm glad you're finally open. We've never been shut. We might have limited access, but we've never closed our doors to business. But or some people are coming up now saying, oh, you're finally letting people inside, when we haven't required appointments for at least a couple months now.
Yeah.
It's a hot mess.
So much.
But thank you for watching. So I'm not even wearing like a shawl today or anything. I just kind of like,
horrors.
Well, I can show things off. I don't have my hair in the right hairstyle to be showing off hats, but I just won't show you the back of my head if I put on some of the hats that I finished. Anyway, we got totally off on that tangent, which is maybe okay.
We tend to chase squirrels.
My weekend. There's too much going on to talk about my weekend. I'm probably going to forget half of what happened. Well, Saturday we were here. And it was busy enough that, did we do anything other than entertain people and try to sell them yarn? I don't think we did.
We were busy until 4:30, which wasn't actually 4:30, it was 2:30.
Oh yeah,
when everybody left, we were like,
we had this huge flurry. Oh my god, that's why this weekend was so busy. We're trying. Liz had a brilliant idea, but then we're gonna have to see how long it takes to implement, of trying to set up a second register in the shop. Not because we have like 20 people here, but because we often, even with small numbers, will have 2 people who want to check out at the same time. And there's 2 of us. And then that means, and only one register, but that means that if 2 people are ready that we've been working with, instead of having to wait indoors with whatever air circulation we have, we can get everyone going faster and happier customers and all that good stuff. So that's been fun. But I won't bore you with all the retail madness that you think that would be easy. It's not. We're getting there. For me, the excitement was yesterday getting a receipt printer that we couldn't get to work when we first moved over here. Wi-Fi, having to go to Bluetooth. I got it working on Wi-Fi again. I'm so excited. It's a clunker, but it means it helps bring this 2 register thing to like fruition. So anyone coming for SAF, and come visit us. We're right down the road. And by the way, SAF, if you're like, what the heck is that? The Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair, SAFF. It's our little version of, and it's not that little, but compared to like Rhinebeck is happening this weekend.
It's a yarn festival or
It's
fiber.
it's a fiber festival and yarn festival and so many wonderful good things. And I don't think either of us feels truly comfortable to go this year, even with masks, but other people are, and that's fantastic.
I was like, part of me is like, I'm not going because I have to keep Bernie safe. But the other part of me is like, if I went, you'd be here at the shop all by yourself.
Yeah,
and that would be bad.
We used to do that. We used to take turns because one person could manage the crowds, because we also had friends here to help manage the crowds, and crowds weren't as scary. And now they're a little nerve-wracking.
Well,
so
the way we've kind of set up, we it would be difficult for one.
We've been talking about night shifts and shifts a lot, so I'm gonna put this on because then I don't feel like my neck is naked. Yeah, it would just be difficult. But I'm tangenting again, because if you come to SAF, which is about half an hour from here, come visit us, and then you can see our 2 registers in action, and you can see us in action, and we might have to have you wait if there's too many people in the shop, but it'd be lovely to see you. And if you let us know, say, hey, I'll watch your show, we'll be like, yay. Hadn't planned any special sales or anything for people who mentioned the show, but we'll think about that.
I have an idea.
That was a brilliant thought for me too, but it's not crystallized, so don't hold us to this until we come up with a plan. We might come up with a super secret. The password is, although our sale for our 600 subscribers, it will still be in motion then, and you can still, it's going through the 26th.
Oh, that's right.
Dates, no, didn't click yet, but we still might want to have a separate one. I don't know. We'll see. It's just fun. We're gonna have to talk about that off camera, because we both just had apostrophes
Lightning
on camera. So no. But no, if you come for SAF and you're out by the Asheville airport, it's a straight shot down the road to get to us. You go out of the agricultural center, you take a left, and you stay on that road for 30 minutes, just about, and you'll cross the main intersection of Brevard, and then we're on your left. It's really easy. So come see us. We won't be there on Sunday. That's the thing. That's the shortest day of SAF. We'll be here, there, here. We don't have something at SAF, and there's huge long reasons why. Mostly because if either one of us was not here at the shop, it'd be ridiculous and hard. So I don't have a staff of all levels of minions. I have Liz, which is wonderful. I'm not knocking that, but we can't do anything else. So, what was I saying? Yeah, Friday and Saturday of SAF weekend, which is not this weekend. This weekend is Rhinebeck up in New York. It's next weekend. It's the 22nd to the 24th. The 22nd and the 23rd, we will be here. Come visit us. We'll be in our shop.
This is also our, and I'm jumping ahead because, today we're just swirling. This is also our Sunday sit and stitch.
Yeah, let's just get a whole lot of the schedule out of the way now. So if people are used to scrolling to the end to see what our schedule is, you should know our schedule by now, hopefully. If you're new, welcome. You should be watching the whole way through if you're new, So yeah, this Sunday is our, it's just going to be, so this Sunday is our virtual sit and stitch on both Facebook Live and Zoom from 1 to 5 p.m. That's October 17th, 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Facebook Live, just go to our Facebook page. Zoom, put in the shop phone number.
828-877-3550.
There you go. And join us for fun and camaraderie and knitting and crocheting and gabbing and things like that. And so that's this weekend. Next weekend is SAF, Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair. We'll decide if there's going to be a separate code for fun. But there's already a really big discount for hitting 600 subscribers. So it could be whichever passcode you can remember will get you. We can't combine discounts, but we'll make another passcode maybe for SAF. And if you know that, then, we'll discuss. We have to figure that out. And then the weekend after that is Halloween, and it's Saturday stroll here in Brevard. And oh my gosh, we're going to die. So that's why
So many deaths.
that's why on except for this Sunday, which is a virtual event, we are not doing anything on Sundays because it could be like, well, Saf, we should be open an extra day, or it's Halloween, we should be open on Halloween. No,
We're already dead.
Care is our excuse. It's Liz's right. It's like the new excuse for anything, but it actually isn't an excuse because I am learning and I'm trying, and I haven't been able to actualize this yet, but self-care is important. Not burning out and dying is important.
She'll send me pictures over the weekend that she's kitty locked, and I'm like, oh, Avi's trying to help you with self-care.
No, Avi just wants to be fed, or he's cold. But yes, we could say that he's got a multi-level personality and he's actually trying to help me. I don't know. I think he's just like, you're home. There's a warm body here. Stay put. So, but yes. Anyway, so that wasn't even like, that was such a squirreling tangent. Oh my gosh.
I think I figured out the name for today's sideshow.
What?
Bag of Squirrels.
Bag of Squirrels. I'm writing it down.
It's like somebody opened a bag of squirrels and we've been chasing them all morning.
We're not herding cats. We're herding white squirrels. There we go. Okay. So setting up the second register, I managed to get the label printer that wouldn't work with the old iPad when we moved over here to work with the new iPad. I was so proud of myself because that wasn't just turning it on and going, yay. I had to remember a lot of things I did with the old one and then hope. And then actually it was like, I turned the old iPad off. Not that it was connected to the old iPad. It wasn't, but it was like, I took one thing off of Wi-Fi and then it worked. And and I'm like, now let's do the test. If I put something else on, it still worked. I was like, yay. I spent a lot of time here at the shop yesterday when I probably shouldn't have.
She FaceTimed me to show me that when she hit open register, the other drawer opened.
So
it was hilarious.
Okay, this is a geeky retail thing. It was connected, the receipt printer was connected to this iPad by Wi-Fi, but it was connected to the other cash drawer over here by a cord. And it's like, this gets activated and it pops the drawer. So it was like, I hit open drawer on this iPad connected to this register and the other one, it was like a magic trick. So I had to show Liz. And it's not a magic trick anymore because I've changed things. But it's crazy what makes you excited when you're in retail. It's just like, what? Okay, so that was me at the shop yesterday. I took down some of the warm weather sweaters and tops and I put up some of the winters. Did you notice when you came in?
I came in and like just started doing work.
Well, and that's because there's a lot of work to do because we started our sale over the weekend and thank you, but oh my gosh, we've got to fill orders now. So those will not be going out today. They might go out tomorrow. Caveat, because shout out to Pamela, we have to figure out a backup plan for her. I'm going to try to go through today and figure out what kits that were published like months ago still have inventory because they're listed. We don't just take some kits we take out of inventory and it's good because we've bagged them up. And some kits back in the beginning of making kits, we just listed pictures because we're like, no one's coming in the shop really. So we'll pull stuff off the walls when we need to. And this is how we'll stay afloat is we'll pull kits and assemble them on the spot. And I need to go back and fix some of that because some of the things we said, this is beautiful and brilliant and people will buy it. Then we sold out of the yarn for it. So the picture is up and it says we have inventory, but we don't. So if it looks like an older kit that we haven't talked about in months, you may want to check with us before you buy it, especially at the discounted price. And the discount price, the sale thing goes through the 26th, 26% off through the 26th. The code I will tell you at the end of the video. Or go and watch the other video. So you have time and I'm hopefully before then going to fix it. So apologies to Pamela and anyone else who this befalls. It's happened to a couple of people because it's just two of us. And I'm really the only one who does. I won't let her near my computer.
Because I threw it through the window.
And I need it. it's fancy and pretty. It's like a year old now, so it's not as fancy anymore. But
I've threatened to throw it through the window multiple times.
But I need it.
You do.
It's a problem. So it's a lot, and we're really trying to stay on top of everything. And apologies if we don't. And what will happen if you buy a kit that we don't have the ability to fulfill is I will contact you. It's really hard to refund your money through the different systems that we have. So I will contact you and say, do you want another color combo? That's the easiest. If your heart was set on that color combo, we can offer you shop credit. You do have to work through us to redeem shop credit. You can't just go to the website and be like, I want stuff for my credit. You do have to talk to us, and that's okay. Community, yay. It's the magic of online doesn't work with credit.
We like answering the phone with people that
are nice.
And that, we know from far away. Like we have several viewers who call every now and then, and it's like,
hey, it's fun. So, what else? Oh, I raked my driveway today. I mean, not today, this weekend.
Ooh.
That was a big thing for me. I have a big driveway now, and it was getting like exaggeratedly knee deep in leaves. So in the middle of writing my newsletter and filming and everything, I took a break and I raked my driveway. Got some exercise. Woo! Also on my to-do list that's not shop related that I did not get to, I need to overhaul my cat's litter boxes. Totally change them out for fresh litter. That was in the plan for this weekend. See? When I don't do it, this happens. I'm waiting.
I think I'm good.
Okay, bless you. Thank you. Okay. I saw a meme that was like appropriate responses of like, or I was religiously neutral responses to like a sneeze. It's like, stop that. Are you through? Like things like that. Anyway, bless you. So I got the litter, but I didn't have the energy because overhauling the cat's litter boxes means emptying out the old litter instead of just topping it off with fresh, like totally emptying it out, scrubbing the litter boxes and putting fresh stuff in. And I think the cat is like, this is ridiculous. I need, a clean spot to go. So that may or may not happen tonight because it's knit night and I have to cook. So life, adulting. Oh my gosh. I'm on a tangent again. So I did all of my see, I entertain her at least.
Biggest bag of squirrels ever.
Yeah. White squirrels everywhere, rounding them up. So I got the newsletter. I got tips and tricks on basic anatomy of hats done yesterday. And so I can talk about some of the hats. Like I got this hat finished last week.
That looks so cute.
It's almost shaped like a fez. Once it's on your head, it's not as fez-like, right? But it's like straight up and then really fast decreases at the top here. And this is the yarn of the week, the La Pampa. Like, see, that's the little, it just kind of goes whoop at the top. And here's my finish at the top. I still had one skein of each. I still have all this left. I have a lot more of the gray than the red. Do we have the scale? Let's figure out. Could I make one in like opposite colors? This is always the challenge when making a hat that has color work. So these are 100-gram skeins. Let's see what we got.
47.
We have 40. We have actually, this has got to be more than 47. So this is just under half the skein. Again, a disclaimer that my gauge may not be your gauge. And often with hats, I just dive in and I hope it fits. And if it doesn't, I have to wear it anyway or remake it. So 47 grams of the red was left. And
61.
So I could yarn chicken it and try to make it with the same combo, but I'd probably have to do the crown of the hat out of this. Or I could switch colors and have a gray hat with the red accents. Would you let me finish my sentence?
Nope.
I say and it's like, oh, that was half a second. I have to finish the sentence. But she's not the only one. I have other people doing it because sometimes I do pause longer. So I guess I have to just get used to if I'm gonna interrupt and talk too much, someone else is gonna finish my sentence for me. I have to just be okay with that. So I say and so a lot in my tips and tricks videos, and half of my editing is taking half of them out. So you only hear some of them. You get to hear all of it here because I just have filler. Unless someone finishes my sentences for me. So, so there's this hat. This is chunky yarn. It was made on a 10.5 US needle, which is what, a 6.5 millimeter, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. It's mosaic, which means that there's slip stitches. I was only holding one yarn. I never had to hold both of these on a round. I was only knitting with one or the other, leaving the other to wait. It's fun. It's called the Giselle, and we have a limited supply of free patterns that if you buy 2 skeins of the La Pampa, which is 15% off this week, but if you're using the other code, you can't combine codes and do the 26 and 15. Got to pick one. Obviously, I would pick the one that saves you more money, but you know, we need to still make some money, so you can't combine codes.
That in our system won't let
It's true.
you combine codes.
But we're going to tell you that the reason why is also like the system won't let you, but there's the whole we need to make money still. Just a little. So if you buy 2 skeins of the La Pampa, I will throw in a hat pattern if I have one. I don't have many, but if I have a physical pattern in the shop, I will include it. If you buy more, if you're interested in the sweater patterns that came with it, contact us and we will throw in a sweater pattern if you're buying enough yarn for the sweater. So this is one of the things I did. I mean, technically I didn't finish this on like Sunday or Monday, but it was Saturday. So that counts as the weekend.
That counts as
It's
the
since
weekend.
we were last on camera, right? And the blue I've mentioned before, but I'll say it again. The blue that was in the picture for this, we should be getting in this week. Hasn't arrived yet. May not arrive before the notion of the week or product of the week is over, and we'll discuss that. So I think I showed you guys this, but this is just, I'm putting this back on because it's fun. This is my 5th hat out of my mega kit. That the kits are up. The kits are assembled for, oh my gosh, this is so much softer. This is wonderful. It's organic merino or wool. Just wool. I think it's just wool. I don't know. I'm gonna go check. Or Liz is gonna check because I'm still talking. This is the merino and a little bit of alpaca. It's so much softer. This is not super scratchy or anything. I want to say it's just straight up wool.
Nope. You'd be wrong.
It's organic merino. So it's not the super wash merino will be like slippery and super soft and wonderful. And this is soft. This is squishy.
And
this is really soft and amazing. And this is not super wash either.
Remember, their notes on this say it blooms when you wash it.
I have not washed this yet. I don't know. I do not know what that means. I don't know if I'll have time to wash this because it's here, and I have to take it home. But this is so soft. And this, if you remember, I made this is the leftovers from 5 skeins of Lily Kate Makes Axis, where I was just following the pattern, and they're over there. They're in previous episodes. And I think this hat was almost done on. See, this is where it'd be great if she could finish my sentence.
It was almost done on Thursday.
One of those days last week. I have to go back and look at the thumbnails. I think I had it on my head, on the needle still. Like the needles were right here, right? Yeah. And it's finished now. It's, if you don't mind my little bun there, making it look like I have a tumor.
Because Friday you brought it in and it was done because I was showing.
Well, and look, I played yarn chicken. This is how much yarn I had left at the top of it. I do have like a much longer cast on tail. See this? If I had spaced this out better for my beginning, there'd be a little bit more left up here. So you can jury rig it. I have little snow cap peaks. Ooh, and this is how much yarn I have left. These two, this is how much yarn I have left from 5 50-gram skeins. So that won't even register.
A total of 3 grams.
3 grams. I mean, there's all the ends to weave in. And if I had been better about my tails not being super long, but I like tails that are long enough to put on a needle. a sewing needle and put in. About 3 grams left of the, what is it? 200, no, wait, 5 times 250 grams of yarn. And I got 5 adult small hats out of it. 5 little beanies that fit in my head. I had to be very creative. You can see I have a lot of the penumbra left. I could have made the snow-capped mountains a little more snow-capped. I could have maybe even done a whole section of diamonds with this. I don't know. Have fun with it. That's the thing. If you get one of our mega kits, which is 5 skeins, we have 3 combos with only 4 skeins of yarn. And that you should be able to get 2 matching hats out of this size if you have my gauge. 2 matching hats, same colors in the same places. And I was saying on the newsletter, I bet you could get a 3rd hat out of it if you were creative with rearranging your colors. Mm-hmm. Not this creative, like still just 1 color per 1 area of the mountains here, but maybe have it look like it's at night, maybe have it, rearrange the order that the colors go in, and you can probably get a 3rd hat out of the 4 skeins. If you get the mega kit and you're super creative, there's a good chance you could get 5 hats out of it. Or as Liz was saying last week, if you're making different size hats, the sky's the limit. Well, not really, but maybe you can get at least 5 hats out if you're making like the babies and the kids and the adults. Who knows? Yeah. It's squishy and soft. I will say, if you're making baby and kid hats out of the Lily Kate Makes Axis, be making them for someone. If it's you, if it's someone else, take into account, will they have time to hand wash it? Because this is not machine washable, even though it almost kind of feels like superwash merino. It's extra soft because it's not superwash, but it's ultra fine merino and Surrey alpaca. And so it's super warm. I've told my family, I said, these hats are lovely. I know you've seen them online. You're not getting them for Christmas because you need machine washable yarn. That's okay. Or if you want them for Christmas, know that this is the challenge you have to take on, is hand wash your hats. Yeah. And I know if I had a busy life, I would not necessarily have time, unless I had made them, and really took the time to say, oops, this stuff can't go in the washing machine. Your audience. That's what I say. Know your audience and plan for it if you're knitting for other people or crocheting. So the majority of my weekend was spent. Well, there's 2 stories about it, and we're almost out of time anyway. But I did not bring in my crochet beast. I left it at home, and here's why.
What? It's getting too big to drag in back and forth.
No, that is not why. I will drag it in. If I had made tangible progress on it, I would drag it in and show it off to y'all. Here's why. I finally got around on Sunday towards the latter part of the afternoon, evening, to saying, I need to catch up on this because the last clue has been released. 14 clues. I mean, it's not a mystery knit along, but 14 steps have been released. I'm still on 11. Mm-hmm. I got carried away with my hats and I am behind, but it's okay. I mean, it's not like I have to finish because the last step is out. I would like to wrap it up at some point. I'm very proud of the progress I've made. So I sat down. I was on the lower half of the flowers, on like these little daisy looking flowers on step 11. I'd only done like one side last week. So this week I sat down and I got that whole ring done, and I started the next row, which tops them off. And I'm like, this doesn't look right.
Oh no.
Why doesn't this look right? And the instructions kind of just said, you've already done this, so do it again, because I'd already done it in the middle, right? And I said, yeah, I've already done it. I made some assumptions.
What?
I said, well, yeah, it's 2 triple bobbles, and I do a triple bobble, and I do a triple bobble, and I go on. It was a split triple bobble. And what that means, and I didn't know till I went back and looked at, why isn't my next row looking right? Why is there's this giant hole in the middle of my flower? A split triple bobble means you start like a bobble is you leave the last loop of your stitch on your hook and you make another, and then you have a bunch of stitches and you combine them. A split triple is you do this 3 sets of triples over here, and instead of finishing it and going on to this one, you do these 3, leaving the last stitch on, and then you keep going and do these 3, and then you have like 8 or 9 loops there, and then you pull them all together. What I had done, you remember how big this thing was when we held it up? What I had done for the whole outside edge is I'd done one and finished it, and I'd done another and finished it. So there was a gap in the middle. I had to frog the whole row. I had started a new skein of yarn. The good news about starting a new skein of yarn is it's organic merino, but thinner. So I did a spit joint. So when I redid it, I didn't have ends to weave in. I'd forgotten about that and just left tails the first time. I'm still crocheting off this raggedy like pile of frog yarn, like blah, 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 pulling it out. If you go back a couple of morning meditations, you can see the remnants of this little pile. I'm still not done. I still have one side to go. I got 3 sides redone, but all of that means it doesn't look any bigger. That left side edge might look a little nicer. Doesn't look any bigger than it did last week, so I didn't even bother to bring it in. That's my long squirrely story on that one. Has that ever happened to you, Liz, where you've done something wrong and you had to take out a bunch?
When I was working on my thistle circle doily shawl thing on the outside ring, there were a couple of times that I was like,
did you pull out the whole ring? Mm-hmm. This was my I don't care bar was high enough that I was like, this is going to look like poop and I'm going to redo it right.
It depends on that. Like for crochet, it depends on like, because when you were talking about the 2 sets, there was a lot of that on my thistle shawl. Like go in and do this side and then go in and do that side
and then finish it up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there were areas where I didn't, and it is more noticeable when you're doing a lacy.
It took me, I was almost all the way across one side of this next row before I went, there's something is not right here. I pulled out a lot of yarn. Like my next skein of yarn already has an empty hole in the center because I'd done that much before I had to rip it all out, frog it. So I did that. I stayed up a little too late, probably trying to put it back in. And then I said, I'm not going to get as far as I'd like. So I left it at home. But I also started some Christmas knitting. Look at me. This is like so early for me. And maybe I can talk more about this on Thursday because we need to start wrapping up and getting ready to open the shop. But look at all the progress I made. And this looks like it's got, like spikes sticking out of it.
A needle keeper.
This is called, and I'm going to take my watch off so I can show this off without a lump. These are the Hydra Mitts, and they were super fun. And I did a morning meditation in 2 parts this morning to show you the fun part. So it looks a little funny like this, right? Mm-hmm. But it is made so that you have extra long ribbing at the top of these fingerless mitts. These are for my niece. So that you can have it folded down.
Keep your hand
for functionals. Or you can have it folded. You still have a little bit of, the exposure to the elements, but you can keep your fingers warm or you can keep them functional. And that's not even the coolest part about these little mitts, though, is there is a little bit of cabling that happens in the center here that you make by creating stitches and then swapping them with other stitches that makes the center part. But then, I was starting it and I went, this doesn't look like the picture. Why doesn't this look, the sides don't look like the picture. And then I realized, there's even more fun in it. And that was this morning's meditation on these. So I'm already on the second one because when it's fun, it goes fast for me. These big braids on the sides are actually made by, I was knitting 2 all the way around, all the way up. And then you get to a certain point. You're supposed to put stitch markers at the bottom. I just kind of retroactively stuck something in there when it was time to drop them. You drop the 2 stitches and unravel it all the way down to here. And then you start picking them back up as one, because that will leave like these crazy long ladders and it looks scary. But then you start pulling them 3 strands at a time through. You get a single stitch a really thick looking single stitch that goes up, and you can use a crochet hook. I did this one with just knitting needles, but this one on the morning meditation, that's why this guy's here. It's crochet hook. You get a thick looking braid on either side. If you drop it down, like the space that is left when you unravel these stitches is big, but then it closes up again. It was fun.
I did that on the super chunky hand knit blanket.
Oh, nice.
To give it like a decorative element.
Look at her getting all fancy. So at this point on this one, all I have to do is that super long ribbing at the top and come back and do the thumb. And then I have one Christmas present done. And that is like a world record for me, because usually I'm not doing Christmas presents till after Thanksgiving. Yeah. But you know, the world has fallen apart, and we're letting people in the shop, and I don't have time anymore. So this, I didn't talk about this as much as I thought I would, because squirrel tangents, bag of squirrels. Okay. But I bet these will be done by Thursday. Life could get crazy. I have not made any progress on my easy eyelet yoke cardigan. I'm still at the point where all I need is the front ribbing. Life took over and other things happened, and I had to rip out my crochet, and I was making mitts. So not showing you that either. I've brought that in today in case there's any slow moments today, and because I need to check inventory on all of my kits. In case there's any slow moments today, I might try to finish the ribbing on my cardigan, because winter is coming.
I looked up,
and temperatures where I need to wear cardigans is coming.
I looked up mailing dates for mailing for Christmas.
Yes.
I need to have everything in the mail by the 17th of December.
And if anything, I would do it before then, because there's a lot of staffing shortages at post offices.
I know.
And they're working their butts off. But
probably going, like, I finished 2 shawls to the end of the contrast rows on section 2.
Okay.
And
she's got a pile of
other
papillons here.
2 papillons, I'm still trying to finish section 2. And I'm like, I can get that done this week. But then I have all the last section 3 and the bind off on all the shawls, which is the longest part. And hats. I've got to make hats.
That's why everyone's getting fingerless mittens from me this year, because hopefully I can finish them quickly.
Yeah. So I am so far behind. I thought I'd be better, but you know, I keep starting other projects.
It's not a thing, Liz.
Nope.
I want to make a sweater. I have pom pom books coming, not the magazine, books from Pom Pom, one of which I think it's called Moon and Turtle, and I saw this color work sweater in it. Then I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to make that from Lily Kate Makes Axis, but I have to get other things done first. So we have to go open the shop. We already talked about Sunday. The code. Go watch the other video, or I'll tell you right now, we're not writing it and holding it up. It is Sideshow, then letters 600 for 600, and then subs.
Numbers.
Oh God. That didn't. Let's try this again. I might even edit that out if I have time and can find it. SIDESHOW number 600 SUBS. Sideshow 600 subs. Subs is like the kitty lingo, the cool lingo for subscribers. I'm an old fart. I know it. And a lot of you watching are like, no, you're not. You're younger than me. I don't care. I feel like an old fart. So I do care. I care about everybody, but I'm telling you, you can tell me till the cows come home. I'm not old. I feel old. So by saying till the cows come home, dates me. So Sideshow 600 subs. Go watch our other little video that we did, the side-by-side extra announcement. Find it, because we're not publishing it on Facebook. If you want it written down to know there are no spaces in it, it will save you 26% through the 26th. Thank you for helping us get to 600 subscribers. 700, you now know the math of what will happen when we hit 700 subscribers. So we have a new goal. It's going to take us a little while to get there, I think. But yeah, but you guys get to benefit. And we'll see if we throw out a something kind of special passcode for SAF. I don't know if we can make the discounts go too much deeper than they have gone. Because again, we need to keep the lights on and the shop open. But we would love for y'all to save. She's got ideas.
Things.
We're going to talk about it. Join us for a sit and stitch tonight or Friday night, 7 to 9 p.m. on Zoom. Shop phone number
828-877-3550.
We already talked about Sunday. Tomorrow is a VSC, and we'll see what we decide we're going to do for that tomorrow. We'll have sales for that. But you all who are watching know a bigger code for bigger savings. But the VSC, I don't think we're going to mention that special discount code tomorrow because we'll be talking about a different discount. So if people are only watching certain episodes, I don't know, they'll figure it out. And then on Thursday, if you would like for us to meander and squirrel on a topic of your choosing that has to do with knitting and crochet, please write us or email us. If you want it for this Thursday, I would email at this point.
Liz@sundragonartandfiber.com.
If you want to send us a cute note that we will cherish forever in our little bowl up here, you can write us at Dear Becky and Lizzy, Sun Dragon Art and Fiber, 35 South Broad Street, Brevard, North Carolina, 28712. Bag of Squirrels today.
Bag of
Is
Squirrels.
there anything else we should mention? I'm taking that as a no.
No.
We love you and we miss you. We hope to see you online, or we hope that you are enjoying our company through what we would have called when I was a kid, the boob tube, but it's online now, so it's different. Anyway, old fart. That's me. Y'all have a good day. Bye.